The hospitality industry is facing the double challenge of enhancing customer experience and loyalty while having to enforce social distancing, mask compliance, and a number of other health requirements, such as temperature measurement and contactless interactions. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today's installment of CyberLink's Master Series titled Streamlined Contactless Experiences and Inobtrusive Social Distancing in Restaurants and Hotels. My name is Jay Cheng. I'm the VP of Business Development at CyberLink. I will be acting as your host and moderator today. Also joining me is our speaker for the day, Richard Carrier. I'm going to have him introduce yourself. Richard?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm SVP and General Manager here at CyberLink. I run our global marketing and our US business.
Thanks, Richard. We also have a success case to share aside from Richard's presentation today. There's an actual deployment of various state-of-the-art technologies for social distancing and health screening. Nick Peterson, the CEO of one of our partners, the brand new Rand Tower Hotel in Minneapolis, will be sharing his experience of opening a 5-star establishment during the pandemic. Before we officially hand it over to Richard, I'd like to point out that we do have a handout uploaded which contains our contact information. If you wish to reach out after today's event, please feel free to reach out to us. In addition to that, we also have the chat open, so feel free to ask any questions you want, and we will take those questions after our presentations. Now, without further ado, we'll hand it off to Richard. Thanks, Richard.
I will present to you how FaceMe can help the hospitality industry in the context of COVID-19, but also how it can help transform experiences for restaurants and hotels. First, a few facts. Facial recognition is now supported by the majority of Americans. We're talking about 59% according to a recent SIA survey. 78% of people believe it can improve security systems. 68% believe it can make society safer. And hotel and restaurants that are actively seeking solutions to COVID-19 and to enhance customer experiences are open to facial recognition and talking to companies like us. Some of the key issues that are faced in that industry, first is getting customers back during the pandemic and even after the pandemic, as we don't expect travel and hospitality to go back to where it was before instantly. So you have large offering for smaller group of customers. Differentiation is very important, and convincing people that the facilities are safe is even more important, which brings to health and safety, which is a big concern. And finally, security and asset protection are a growing concern overall for the industry. When we talk about COVID-19, it's very simple. We need to do health checks, so mask wearing, temperature. We'd also want to minimize physical contact, so reduce anything that requires touching devices or physical contact between people. That's in addition to other considerations like cleaning and disinfection. So solutions like FaceMe can help with everything. First, let me talk to you a little bit about what is FaceMe. It is basically the #1 cross-platform AI facial recognition system. It offers 99.7% accuracy. So at the moment of all the commercially available solutions for facial recognition in the world, FaceMe is ranked #1 by NIST, the National Institute for Standard and Technology, which is the reference. The fact that it runs at the edge makes it very secure, extremely fast. We make sure that people's private information, face details are kept in a very secure way. FaceMe can run across all platforms, so Windows, several versions of Linux, Android, iOS, and it is optimized in different formats to run on any kind of devices from regular PCs to mobile phones, IoT devices, or large servers. So depending on the use case, our SDK for facial recognition can be adapted to all these solutions. That's in addition to some out-of-the-box software solutions that we offer. The features, you find the basics, such as detecting faces. Are there people in front of a camera? Facial recognition, so matching someone's face with a database if they are registered. But there's also more. Facial attributes. We can precisely detect people, age, gender, and mood. We also have technologies for image pre-processing under the name True Theater, which are quite important to minimize bias, especially in case of poor image quality or poor lighting. We have very precise anti-spoofing technologies that make sure nobody can just show a picture of somebody else or a video to spoof the system. And we added features to be able to recognize people even if they wear masks with very high level of precision, about 95% plus. And it can also identify if people are wearing masks correctly over their nose and mouth. I'll show you a quick video describing how FaceMe works. Okay, I will present a couple of out-of-the-box software solutions we have, one called FaceMe Security to ensure security of any facility, another one called FaceMe Health, specifically designed to help companies deal with COVID-19. And then I'll go over a number of use cases that are specific to the hospitality industry. If we start with FaceMe Security, that's a very elegant solution that out of the box, all you have to do is install on a PC or workstation, connect IP cameras, and now you have a system that can protect access to the facilities, that can identify employees, for example, plug them in and out, identify VIPs. So in the case of hotels and restaurants, people who signed up to loyalty programs can be identified. Alerts can be sent to employees to make sure they receive the proper treatment. If there are blacklisted people, it can also send alerts to security or somebody who's not identified. So all following some rules. So this is a very simple, powerful solution that can be easily integrated by anyone who runs a business. Here's a video of FaceMe Security. Okay, the other software solution that we have available out of the box is FaceMe Health. This one, all you have to do, as we'll show in a moment, is connect camera, thermal camera for temperature, connect it to a PC, place it at the entrance, and you can detect if people are wearing masks, wearing them properly. You can recognize people even if they wear a mask, so let's say employees coming to work. Or you can integrate a thermal camera for body temperature check. This is all very easy to deploy. It can also be connected to grant access to unlock a door, for example. Here's how it works. Okay. Both cases of FaceMe Security, FaceMe Health, as well as the SDK, we can have a set of rules that send instant messages as is shown here. So whether it's visitor, VIP person, employee, somebody who's blacklisted, a stranger, or even if there's a health alert, we can send the right messages to the right people so that situations are handled in a nice way that's respectful and pleasant to anyone who's affected, as well as the other guests that can be present at the restaurant or hotel. Now, let's talk about specific hospitality use cases. And one of them is the moment you place a camera, let's say at the entrance facilities, as I said, you can send alerts to identify VIPs or member of loyalty programs so they can receive the right treatment, be greeted by the employees, welcome them at the hotel or their favorite dining place. It can dynamically personalize experiences, as we'll touch later. It can also just collect statistics about who is visiting, their gender, their age, what's their mood in front of cameras that are placed vis-a-vis different experiences. Now you walk in a restaurant, a fast food restaurant, or at a hotel. In the context of COVID, to minimize contact, but also generally speaking, to streamline the experience, facial recognition can power self-service kiosks. So imagine you go to a kiosk, automatically you're identified as a loyalty program member. The experience, everything is personalized to your preferences. So preference of floor, type of room at a hotel, or the menu options that you prefer at the restaurant. It can streamline the experience. You can get offers dynamically, and also you can pay and check out using your Face ID. So you don't need to pull out a credit card or cash. In fact, self-registration, in the case of hotels, or let's say restaurants where you would want to buy products like alcohol that are reserved to a certain age. So we integrate with a two-factor authentication. Very simple. You can capture the ID through an OCR system that's embedded in the kiosk or smartphone. Then you capture a live picture and the match happens automatically using facial recognition with very high level of precision. It can all be done by the guests themselves. To process transactions, also, as I was mentioning a bit earlier, we have anti-spoofing technology, so it's extremely safe, safer than using a password on a credit or debit card. Use your face. It is not spoofed, and automatically you can process payment with the payment tools that are connected to your account. You can expand facial recognition to digital signage. So at a fast food restaurant, based on the statistics of who is there, you can dynamically adjust the menu boards. Or at a hotel, you can have smaller screens that hotel guests go consult, and as they're being identified, they receive personalized information about how to get to their room or an event they're signed up to. So it makes a very different, refreshing experience. That is, of course, in addition to collecting statistics and being able to integrate into any CRM system. Now you bring it a step further. In the case of hotels, somebody checked in automatically with their face. You don't need to give them a key or card to give them access to reserved areas or even to access to their room. Facial recognition can do that. You can even select the elevator floor that is relevant for a guest just by looking at them through a camera as they walk in. For employees, it can protect access and reserve access to restricted areas, also using facial recognition, not having any contacts. And of course, you can have built-in alerts if some people who are not authorized try to enter a facility. You can use that also as employees walk in the morning or at the beginning of their shift and walk out at the end of their shift to automatically record their time and attendance in a very precise way that cannot be fooled, and also that is totally unintrusive. You can use facial recognition as well to integrate in different equipment and devices such as POS devices, shared computers, or any kind of equipment to log in and track usage by the different employees, as well as send alerts if there is some unauthorized use of these pieces of equipment. One thing that is quite relevant at the moment is health kiosks. So you can deploy tools like FaceMe Health, but also we have partners who have developed all-inclusive kiosks that in a contactless manner will detect if somebody's wearing a mask, measure their body temperature, will ask them a few questions about their health that they can answer by shaking their head or nodding. It will dispense hand sanitizer, and then it will grant access, all that in a matter of seconds. So what you see on the picture is the Sentry Health kiosk developed by one of our partners, which integrates facial recognition. FaceMe also, when you have the SDK, if you want to have an integrated system, you can literally connect together all the use cases I mentioned before to a on-premise perimeter security, have a complete integrated visitor management system for VIPs, collect and manage statistics, monitor employee access, create secure environment for blacklisted people. You can even measure in a group, let's say in the lobby, you have cameras that are monitoring the lobby. You can identify who in the lobby might not be wearing a mask or might have elevated body temperature, and do other things like counting how many people. So is the room at capacity? So these are just some examples of things that can all be accomplished with facial recognition. In the future, well, the future is now. So we already have several customers deploying solutions such as the ones I described. Lots of pilot programs are happening. The beauty of this technology is that it is cost effective. The cost of AI-enabled hardware is going down and it's becoming more and more powerful. So these solutions are now affordable for a number of use cases that could not even have been imaginable a few years ago. And of course, with COVID-19, the demand for these technologies is booming. To conclude on FaceMe and CyberLink, so for hospitality, we offer a very flexible software development kit, an SDK, that can be integrated to serve a number of solutions. So we can provide cutting-edge security, access control, and solutions to COVID-19, as well as reinventing the customer experience. For organizations, so smaller restaurants, boutique hotels who want to experiment, don't necessarily have an IT department, solutions like FaceMe Security and FaceMe Health are very easy to deploy. We even have distribution partners who sell them together with the hardware. So it's an all-in-one box solution, very easy to install. Also, CyberLink, we pride ourselves as being a leader in the space to develop the knowledge and share the knowledge with our users in our community. So at any time, please come visit cyberlink.com/faceme. We have a number of articles that describe how the technology works, how it can be implemented. It's a mine of information that is available to all of you for free. So thank you for your attention. Now we'll pass it on to Nick Peterson, who is the owner and developer of the Rand Tower Hotel in Minneapolis. He will show you some insights about the innovative technologies that he uses at the hotel to maintain a safe environment for all customers and employees. And this includes the Sentry Health kiosk that I just mentioned earlier for health checks. So please, let me introduce Nick Peterson. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nick Peterson. I'm the developer and owner of the Rand Tower Hotel in Minneapolis, Minnesota. As you see behind me, it was a classic office building built in 1929, and it is on the intersection of Marquette and 6th in the heart of Minneapolis. We started this process about 3 years ago and began construction in July of 2019. It took 18 months, and we opened in December of 2020. Not the greatest time to open. The entire project was about $130 million, and we have 270 rooms. and it's a 4.5-star Marriott Tribute Hotel. Given all the new things that have transpired during this construction process, one of the main focuses that came to us was focusing on air quality, air safety, and the overall comfort of our guests. And I realized early on that I really needed to come up with something that really wasn't in the market. And as you saw from the Marriott Clean Air Initiative that we are now installing, and all of these other different things that office buildings and hotels and everybody else is putting into their initiatives, into their hotels and office buildings, I needed to come up with something different that communicated the different levels and the heightened level of comfort and awareness that we have in the overall air quality to make the overall guest experience the best we can possibly be. Because in a typical hotel, you have beds and different things and linens and bars and restaurants and everything else that's important. But the new thing that's just as important as that is the overall comfort and safety of our guests and their willingness to come and travel. And they're, I think, wanting to know about the overall level of air quality. And I think how best to do that was to actually put in air sensors into the room. And I developed this, kind of came up with this with MPS, and then I figured out this other stuff with these air filters. And so I basically have 3 initiatives. One is the air filters in the rooms, the air sensors in the rooms. I actually have them in the common areas. I have them in the elevators, and I have them in the meeting rooms, and then also at the front desk. And then the other one is the Mps Temperature Reader, so that all of our employees are requested to put to read their temperature to go in the building and out of the building, to maintain as much of a controlled environment as possible. We would like our guests to do them as well. We can't require them, but we would like them to do. So we encourage our guests to use the MPS system and get their temperature taken, whether they're staying at the hotel or dining with us or having a cocktail or a drink in one of our different restaurants or bars. And then the final one is the air purification system, which is a 99.9% bacteria killing air purification system. And for those guests that need an elevated level of comfort, you can actually put these bacteria killing, coronavirus killing air filters into the room, and we have our engineers do that for a slight upcharge. These bacteria killing, coronavirus killing air filtration systems are it's actually the technology was developed by NASA. And if you were to cut an apple in half and put that apple in the same room as that bacteria killing air filter, that apple actually would not turn brown for around 30 days. It's amazing. And you can actually feel the air quality difference in the rooms with these things. But our filtration system is so good that you kind of don't even need it. And the reason you don't even need it is because we have these air sensors that tell you in real time what the current air quality is in your room, is in the lobby, is in the elevator, is in the bar, is in your restaurant, is in your gym. Every single place in the entire hotel, you will be able to tell what your air quality is currently in real time. And I think one of the most important things in this time of unknown is over communication, communicating over and over about what we're doing, how we're doing it, what the real-time data, what the real-time science is telling us, and communicating this to our guests. So our guests, the goal is that our guests are not worried about the air. They're not worried about any of these other things. They can focus on having a great time, the food, the drink, maybe their business that they're having in their hotel, maybe the friends that they're enjoying at the hotel. And we can say to the guests, don't worry about the air. We have it for you. I appreciate everybody's time. And at the end of the day, come and check us out at the RAN Tower in Minneapolis. And let me know if there's any questions you might have. Thanks so much. Again, my name is Nick Peterson.
The Century Health kiosks installed at Rand Tower Hotel is the great work by the Minneapolis-based Municipal Parking Services. Here is a video to give you an idea of how it works. Thanks, Richard and Nick, for sharing these impressive technologies that have been deployed in the past 6 to 9 months. Right now is our time to answer some questions. We did receive a couple questions from the audience. Let me pull it up, and Richard, you can help us answer those questions.
Of course.
Yeah. I think the first one is talking about maybe more alongside of the SDK that CyberLink provides. Are there any specific cameras that you support to perform mass detection and elevated body temperature?
Yeah, definitely. Well, we support pretty much any camera that you can plug, certainly for mass detection. So that thing is very polyvalent. For elevated body temperature, we integrate the SDK of certain brands of cameras that perform well, and we're more than happy to discuss that with our audience. But the importance is to have a solution that performs well at a reasonable cost.
And for the Century Health kiosk that we saw at the very end of the presentation, their integration is a little bit different, right?
No, it is different, definitely. So in that case, they have integrated our SDK to their own technology pieces, and they went a bit further, as you saw in the demo. They can ask health-specific questions using FaceMe to have people nod or shake their head. They integrated the verification that people use hand sanitizer. And in the demo, we saw the kiosk stands on its own, but it could also be connected to provide access, so to unlock a door or things like that. So that's how it's integrated. But that's the beauty of FaceMe. It's very flexible, so there are ways to integrate it to any specific use case through our partners' work, like what MPS did with the Century Health kiosks.
Great. I think the next question is more about deployment, right, and the complexity around overall infrastructure. This person asked, if FaceMe's technologies can be implemented to their existing infrastructure, or if there's going to be an added cost when they would like to add facial recognition technologies.
Sure.
On the hardware
It
side.
all depends. It all depends on the specific use case. I would say an organization that already has IP cameras of at least 720p, ideally 1080p, we can probably just connect into these cameras. So there's no required additional costs for that hardware. Now, to run our products, whether it's integrating the SDK to existing systems or installing an all-in-one software, like for example, FaceMe Security or FaceMe Health, which run on their own, and it all depends on the what you have as far as infrastructure. The beauty of FaceMe, the SDK, is that it runs across all platforms, including several flavors of Linux, which are often used in legacy systems that you find in the enterprises, and it's optimized for a variety of chipsets, processors, So chances are that the required investment in additional hardware, if any, will be minimal, and it will really be to optimize the use case.
Thank you, Richard, for the great and comprehensive answer. I think that's pretty much all the questions we got today. One thing that I would like to note, maybe Richard, you can share a little bit about this as well. Aside from educating our audience through the webinar master series, the team at CyberLink also has put together some very informative articles about this upcoming technology, namely facial recognition and AI. Perhaps, Richard, you would like to share a little bit about your work to the audience about these articles that we produced?
Yeah, absolutely. As you might know, CyberLink has been a leader in audio-visual technologies for over 25 years now. So if you go, and we do a lot of research. In fact, our CEO and founder is a pretty well-known professor of computer science. So working with Dr. Wang and the team, we're building a lot of knowledge that's available for anyone who wants to learn more about facial recognition technology. So I invite all of you to go to cyberlink.com/FaceMe. And then if you look in the section for market insights, there's a series of articles. The two most substantive ones that were recently published, one is the ultimate guide to edge-based facial recognition. So basically describes the technology, explains how it can be implemented, how companies can develop them. And we also have another one saying like facial recognition, how is it used? And this one goes across a wide variety of use cases, some industry verticals, applications based on our work with our customers, our market knowledge. So there's a mine of information there in addition to other articles that go deeper. So I invite everyone to go check it out. Contact us if you want more information, if you want product demos. These are all things that we're more than happy to do for anyone interested.
Great. This is just about we're about to conclude our webinar today. We've answered all the questions. If you didn't get to download our contact information, we will show it at the end as a slide. Really feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions concerning the technology that CyberLink and our partners have put together. Thanks for joining. Please also follow us on LinkedIn if you'd like to receive future updates about our webinars and also get the latest information related to the evolution of facial recognition technologies. Thank you everyone. We'll see you guys next again.
Thank you. Goodbye.